A risk of yet another government shutdown when Congress returns to work in January. Also staring at lawmakers is whether they can address spiking health care premiums. Fox News chief congressional correspondent Chad Pergram explains.
Lawmakers left Washington without fixing skyrocketing costs for some health care premiums as Obamacare subsidies expire.
We have constituents that are going to have their premiums go up. That doesn't help them. That's why I think that we need a temporary extension.
But some lawmakers believe Congress can address health care in 2026. It's an election year, and that could compel action.
They're never going down until you change the model.
Democrats withheld their votes for government funding unless Congress renewed expiring tax credits. Still no solution. Were all of those tactics worth it?
Donald Trump and Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They made the decision to shut the government down.
But you don't have a resolution.
Why did they shut the government down? We've raised the issue of the Affordable Care Act tax credits.
And Democrats aren't certain if they'll run the same political play on health care as a January 30th spending deadline looms. That doesn't sound like you've arrived on a strategy for how to handle January 30th. So is that in play, yes or no, the health care issue the same as it was in the government shutdown this fall?
I answered the question again.
But that doesn't sound clear, though.
The bottom line is very clear. You can't do it after January 1st. Once it expires, the toothpaste is out of the tube.
At least one Republican believes his party erred not having a health care plan ready at the end of the government shutdown.
We have to get into this game. We can't sit back and think that because Democrats have basically owned the health care message in polling over the last 15 years that we should not have a plan. We definitely need one.
Some Republicans want to go it alone on health care. They hope to use a special process to bypass a Senate filibuster and pass their own health care bill and campaign on that in 2026. In Washington, Chad Pergram, Fox News.